Hello, all the crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite. Welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Last time, we did a bit of exploring out here on, what's this, Route 14, Route 15, Route... I don't really know because I can't count. We also talked to some people in the Ether House. We didn't really do much there, but Acerola did tell us to come out this way. This is the direction of our trial. So let's go inside this abandoned shopping mall area place thing. The time has finally come, Drago. So I guess I should explain what kind of a trial this is, huh? This old building is full of lots of ghost-type Pokemon, did you know? Here's where the trial part comes in. You've got to find the totem Pokemon of the site and snap a shot of it with the Pokefinder. The totem is a bit of a trickster and it likes to play hide and seek and mess around. If you take pictures with the other ghost-type Pokemon inside, it'll definitely come out to get in on the fun and have its photo taken too. So if you see anything weird happening inside the old place, try to check it out. I bet you'll find a ghost-type Pokemon causing the mischief, so get a photo before it's gone. And you are going to set up my Pokefinder for a special shooting mode just for this trial. You'll only be able to use it on the site though. As soon as you enter the building, the trial will begin. Alright, so the usual rules and regulations apply. Before I go inside, are there any other items or anything for me to pick up? Stickers? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go in. So, this is definitely an abandoned shopping mall area. I recently finally finished playing almost 100% completion on Fallout 4, and I definitely am getting certain flashbacks to that game. A conveyor belt started moving all by itself. It's probably just like a power surge or something. Button prompt. So I'm gonna have to go and take a picture or something here, aren't I? Let's see. So, alright, I have gyro controls turned on. I'm actually gonna turn that off. Because I can't, when I'm plugged in with the capture device on this 3DS, I can't really, it's a little bit difficult to use the gyro, without, like, pulling on things and causing problems. So, this is a Ghastly. Do I still have Birdbrain out front? I think I still have Birdbrain out front. I should be able to go and use, Birdbrain. Birdbrain has payback, and we should be able to make quick work of you. Okay, you can just do that. Help me out. Yeah, sure. So, that's going to cut your own HP in half, and it's going to curse me, but I don't think I'm going to really ever suffer from that, because I don't see myself needing more than one turn to get this over with, and by then, like, by the time the battle's over, yeah. So Foos is going to grow to level 36, Pico to level 40, and we can move on. Oh, hi, Pikachu. Are you the one who can surf? It's one of the trainers outside mentioned a surfing Pikachu. A shopping cart started moving all on its own. Yeah, they do that sometimes. What was I saying? So the experience share, I didn't really turn it on that long ago, and I already feel like I am sort of running away in levels, and I'm probably gonna give it to the end of this totem, and if I don't have trouble with this totem, I'll just turn it off again. And, I don't know, maybe I'll just turn it off and on every couple of hours of gameplay, and I'll moderate my own difficulty like that. But we can go and fire up the Pokefinder, and I'm gonna go take a picture of the... You are moving fast. Alright, so the Haunter is going to go and fight us next, and hopefully this will go just as quickly as the fight against the Ghastly did. Haunter, of course, being an evolved form of Ghastly, so this will probably be a little bit more interesting, maybe give me a little bit more experience for fighting you, but still not really, especially if you decide to do something silly like curse me, or you're gonna lick me instead. Yeah, my physical defense is approximately infinity, plus or minus 0, so I don't think a lick is gonna do that much damage to me there. So I'm gonna get some experience. Nobody is gonna gain a level in my party. That's fine. Pikachu's gonna go and run off, and are there any other Pokemon who I'm gonna have to go and fight in here, or is that, like, it? Also, for an abandoned shopping mall, I haven't seen any, like, items on the ground. I kind of expected that I would see some items on the ground in here somewhere, in a place like this, but doesn't really look like it. Alright, so, we're playing, some Wingardium Leviosa with these two stuffed animal things here. Let's go and see who's behind these. I'm guessing that it's gonna be a Gengar. Can I rotate? Can I look around? Up, down, left, right? Do I just have to wait for you to... Oh, there you are. Alright. Hold still. There we go. Smile from the camera. So, we're gonna go and fight the Gengar, and hopefully this will be over in as quick a fashion as the other two. Gengar is the fully evolved form of Haunter and Ghastly. Your special attack and special defense is pretty high. Maybe more so your speed than your special defense, but your physical defense is like 0, so... I think why are you using Shadow Punch? Surely you've got a better move to use on me than Shadow Punch. Anyway, Gengar is going down. And we can move on. So Burbrain should get a level out of that. Burbrain did not get a level out of that. Elgin gained a level out of that. That's okay. Elgin is not an official member of my team. I don't really care about that. I guess we'll be going into the totem fight with just one fewer Pokemon then. One fewer levels on my Pokemon then. Who are you? Yeah, I'm Acerola. That's who I am. Different YouTuber who makes videos on shaders and stuff. Looks like you're done with the trial, right? We should hurry up and leave this place. I'm not done yet. This place is dangerous. You should give up on your trial and get out. Excuse me? I told you to get out. We're very aggressive about this. No. Get out? Alright, you're losing your mind. What actually does happen if you just say, yes, I'm gonna leave? Do you have to do the whole thing over again? You didn't do a thing, but the lock clicked open. Must not be a very good lock then. Alright, let's come in here, into the back rooms. I can feel a pair of eyes sizing you up. The Pokefinder fired up all on its own. Alright, so, let's look around. There is a picture of a kid with a Pikachu. There's a picture of another Pikachu. There's a picture of a Pikachu's tail. There's a picture... Whoever was in here really likes Pikachu. More Pikachu. Can I help you? Ah, Mimikyu. I remember being a little bit weirded out by this thing the first time I played Pokemon Sun. So we're going to be challenged by Totem Mimikyu. This is, I believe, the same thing that we fought in here in the first games. So your aura is going to flare to life. So some stat is going to go up. The game doesn't tell me. I forget if I mentioned this in the last Totem fight or not, but somebody did tell me that, it was probably, like, Sled. I don't know if I'm supposed to pronounce your name as, like, one syllable or, like, Sled GG.
Hey.
But, when, the Totem Aura means that the Totem's highest stat goes up. It's not necessarily a Rainbow Boost, but... it's not telling me what that is. I'm guessing that it's probably, like, in this case, defense, because Mimikyu does strike me as a bit of a defensive Pokemon. Your ability, if I recall correctly, is going to be sort of like an automatic substitute. So, the move substitute will, like, sacrifice a quarter of your total health, and it'll put up a substitute, which you can sort of hide behind, and you can be protected from status and that sort of thing. And that's more or less what Mimikyu's ability is. I don't know how much HP it has. It might just be one hit. But we're going to go and use Payback on you, and that's going to... Oh, wow. Okay, that did nothing. Okay, that's annoying. Is it time to get out of here? I'll just do some chip damage on you, if I can. Or you can just use Shadow Claw on me. Alright, that's fine. So Birdbrain's going to go down. Did I heal after the last fight? Should I have healed after the last fight? Pico, I think, is going to be my next line of defense. Actually, should I let someone else have this? Pico's level 40. That's pretty high for this point. Foos has Payback. Let's go and use Payback. Of course, if you Will-O-Wisp me, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Maybe I should have equipped a, Frost Barrier or something like that. But we can go and... Play rough. Oh, that's going to be 4 times super effective. That was dumb, wasn't it? Yeah. Alright, we'll never speak of that again. Oh, is Mimikyu Ghost Fairy? Is that your secondary type? Maybe I should have used Steel Wing on you instead. I think Mimikyu might be Ghost Fairy. I don't have any other... I don't have any poison moves. I don't have any other steel moves. Well... I do just have overwhelming firepower. I'm going to use Fire Fang on Mimikyu over here. We'll see how much damage this does. It should be alright. You're going to use Play Rough again. That's going to be a neutral hit because Fire resists Fairy. Dark is weak to it. My attack is going to fall. And I'm going to... Wow. The game is, alright, I might actually have to use a revive here. So, I know that, like, my stats are not, my levels are fairly high compared to these guys, but, I think I'll survive another play rough. My stats are fairly high compared to these guys, but you're giving me a lot of trouble anyway, in a way that I don't really like. So, feint attack. Okay, I survived. I'm not going to survive the curse. Strewn is not really going to be able to do anything because my 2 attack moves here are going to be Dragon and Normal. Oh, you have the Eviolite. But I can paralyze you with Thunder Wave, which probably isn't going to be a bad way to slow you down. So I think we're going to go and use Thunder Wave on Mimikyu over here. And I can avoid the attack. That's nice. Gonna get lucky eventually. And Bayonet over there on the side is, oh, you have a Lumberry. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this again. Yeah, use Feint Attack. Especially if I do have the Eviolite, I should be able to survive a play rough. And I do not survive a play rough. Wow, okay. That's actually kind of insane. I know it's super effective and all, but Eviolite. Come on. I'm bringing in L-Gem, and I think I'm going to use a max revive. How many max revives do I have? I've got at least one. I've got one max revive. Pico, like, didn't get a chance to do anything. I think Birdbrain is going to be my best option here. Of course, if I can revive anybody else, that'll also be helpful. But L-Gem is going to go down. Screech is going to miss. Look. I think Look is going to be able to take one of something because you are actually not weak to any of these moves yet. So let's go and use Bubble Beam and Bubble Beam on Mimikyu. And that's going to go do a little bit of damage. Alright, let's see what a Play Rough does. A Play Rough is going to do about half. Okay. And Bubble Beam is... That didn't do anything either. Alright. Interesting. My defense is going to fall. That doesn't really matter because Play Rough did more than half my health anyway. Let's use a regular revive. I've got 12 of those apparently. And I think Pico is probably my second best option here. When it comes to fighting things. Play Rough did, I think, a little bit less than half there. So Loke is going to go down. And Feint Attack is going to, like, not do anything. So if I bring in Birdbrain and have Birdbrain go and use Steel Wing. Steel Wing should be super effective, I think. You're going to use Shadow Claw. Alright, that did about a third. Steel Wing. Alright, I think I need one more of those. Will-O-Wisp. Fun. So... Will-O-Wisp is going to cut my HP, cut my attack in half. But I think... Alright, Shadow Claw. I think I'm going to be able to survive one of these. And we'll use Steel Wing. And if I've got, like, a full restore or something after this... Alright. If I've got, like, a full restore or something... which I think I probably should. I've got one full restore left. We're going to go and use a full restore on Birdbrain. And we're going to do a little bit of item spending in this fight, but it's not going to probably honestly be the worst fight ever, except for that one switching in on a 4-time super effective like Play Rough. That was pretty dumb. Another Steel Wing is going to go and take the Mimikyu down. Assuming it doesn't miss, which it can. Shadow Claw is... going to miss. Will-O-Wisp is gonna hit. I hate this game. Why do I play video games? Why do I play Pokemon? Alright, that was terrible. XCOM odds, I believe is what we in the industry call this. So let's go and... I'm gonna drop a Moo Moo Milk, which I have 65 of on Pico. And... I think Birdbrain is gonna have to go down for the second time. And, Pico, at the very least, Pico can't be burned. And he's gonna be at full health. And it's not like we're going to lose this fight. It's just going to be a question of really, like, how embarrassing is this fight going to be? If I'd used Dark Lariat instead of Firefang on the first turn, which also missed, by the way, let's not forget about that, I would have probably ended this fight about 3 turns ago, but it wasn't meant to be, I guess. So, experience is going to go around. You're going to use Screech to lower my defenses. I think, since I still resist Shadow Claw, I think I should be able to survive a Shadow Claw. And I'm going to be faster, and I actually do have the type advantage here, so I think you're gonna die anyway. Unless you have something stupid like a Focus Band. No? Alright. Good game. And we can stagger across the finish line, and we can defeat Totem Mimikyu. Okay, so you're gonna disappear off somewhere, and a picture is gonna be added to my Poke Finder. This is a fuzzy image of Mimikyu caught in the picture. Are we gonna get to see it? No, we're just gonna step outside? Alright. Welcome back! I can check your pictures right away. Now let's see how you did. Yep, that's Mimikyu, alright. It's pretty hard to catch it on film, so this is a really great attempt, which means... Alright, so now that we finished that, we can go and... Oh, you're gonna give me some Dusk Balls. That'll help me catch Pokemon at night, I guess. Not a bad idea to have some Ghost-type Pokemon on your team. So this is going to be the end of this little section of the game. Where do I have to go after this? Do I have to go back to the Ether House? You say I was there when you went into the back room? Oh, yeah. Alright, cut it out. So, Ghost Stories. I was here the whole time, and there's not even a room in the back of that shop for starters. How gullible do you think I am? I feel like I'm getting chicken skin. Like a chill growing through me for some reason. Alright, very funny. So, can we move on, or is the game gonna keep talking? No, we can move on? Alright, great. So, let's get out of here. And up, and... Oh, you know what I should do? I should go and heal. Yeah, definitely should do that. Alright, so we can... It stopped raining, which is interesting. We can go and run through this grass. Wait, the fresh water only heals 30? I tried and failed to catch an Absol in that encounter. This must have been nerfed from previous generations. I swear fresh water used to heal 50. I tried and failed to catch an Absol in there. It was not meant to be. Accidentally knocked it out. Birdbrain did grow to level 35, but... well, no Absol. Anyway, what's this over here? Are you idiots still hanging around? Alright, what's going on? Back so soon, I wasn't expecting you just yet. It takes these dumb grunts way too long to deal with you kids. So I guess it's my turn now. Well, I told you before. Next time you get in our way, I'm not holding anything back. Okay, so we've got another fight right after the last one, so it's definitely a good thing that I healed after that messy attempt in the grass. So let's go and challenge Team Skill Admin Plumeria. Is she supposed to be, like, modeled after some, like, tropical bird? Because that's always the feeling that I got. But I'm not... I've never, like, looked into Plumeria's design. It looks very tropical bird-like. Although I don't think she's ever used, like, an Oricorio or anything like that. So I'm gonna go probably just spam Fly for a while. Fly is my strongest move. It is a 2-turn move, which means that this is gonna take a little while. But Wing Attack is gonna do nothing because... my defenses are, you know, sky high, as it were. So we can go through this a couple of times. Fly looks like a 3-hit KO. Which means that I'm gonna have to sit through 6 turns of this, but 3 of them sort of don't count because they're gonna be skipped. Alright, I think one more should do it. Wing Attack is gonna do like 10 damage or so. Less than 10 damage. And you're gonna do it again, and fortunately these attacks aren't missing. It'd be nice if Fly had 100% accuracy instead of 95 or whatever it is. But that's it for Golbat, and Salazzle is your next Pokemon. Okay, I think I probably want to not stay in against this thing. So let's go and switch out to... Really, anybody on my team could deal with this. Look, you have a Water-type move. How about you deal with this thing? So we're going to go and switch on out. And you're going to use Flamethrower. That's probably not going to do too much. I do resist that. Ooh, wow, still more than half. You might be faster than me, too, which might spell trouble. Sludge Bomb. Alright. It's not a Flamethrower. But it is a neutral hit, I think. And that's gonna be it for Look. Alright. That's unfortunate. I don't think Foos has anything that's really gonna do a lot to... Alright, I'm not gonna go and bring you in. Do I want to go and keep using Dragon Rage? I have the Eviolite. I'm gonna keep using Dragon Rage. I should probably give the Eviolite to Loke, because I feel like that would be more helpful most of the time here. I hit a button on my keyboard. Hang on. Alright, I don't think that whatever popped up on my computer when I accidentally hit a key on my keyboard showed up on the recording, but if it did, just pretend you didn't see anything. So let's go and never mind. Alright, don't like this. I should have probably paralyzed you. Yeah, alright, never mind. I'm probably gonna die. Dragon Pulse, that's super effective. Sorry, Stroon. That one was kind of my fault. Probably should have tried and paralyze you first. Something that's this fast. Alright, Pico. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be up to Pico again. So, Fire, Poison. I don't have any super effective moves here, but I do resist fire at least, so there's that. Darkest Lariat is a neutral hit. That's going to be the next best option. Sludge Bomb is going to do about half. And I really hope that I can, like, finish this here. And we do. Okay, good game. If I didn't, this fight would have been a lot harder, because I don't think anybody I've got right at this moment can really do much else to you. Alright, can't even stand myself right now. Are those sunglasses, or are those your actual eyes? Or your eyelids. It might have been like eyelid, shadow, makeup stuff. Guess you are pretty tough. Now I understand why my grunts waste so much time battling kids. But if you want us to return the Pokemon, then you have to come to us, alone. The boss is dying to meet you. See you at our base in Po Town. I can't tell if that's an invitation or another threat. Battles you can't afford to lose aren't any fun. You guys okay? My young goose. I can't forgive this. Darn it, those numbskulls actually did something pretty clever for once. If we want to get the Pokemon back, then Drago has to go to Po Town, all alone with no backup? That's what they said, but that's not fair. Team Skull has taken over Po Town. It's basically their private playground now. Oh, I know. If you're gonna go, try and find this guy on Route 15 who's wearing a kimono. He might be able to help you get to Po Town. He knows a whole lot about Pokemon that can travel across water. Here, take this. Just get my young goose back for me. That's a rare candy. So we're gonna go and put that away. And let's see. Did you auto-heal me after that fight? You did not. I'm gonna have to go run back to the Pokemon Center myself. Alright. I will BRB in about 2 minutes. Alright, so you know what I just remembered? And I was gonna go and do the thing where I follow the plot and go across the water and whatever. But I think, now that I've cleared that trial, I can actually come over here. And can I go through this gate now? Do I have permission? The Ghost DMZ. Alright, so, now we're going to be able to actually go into the desert, and we can do some exploring here. So I know that this area is a maze. Freshwater or normal water? Is the normal water going to give me, like, I don't know, a mystic water or something like that, or a water stone? Anyway, so, we're going to go... God, keep talking. Why do you keep talking? You're going to give me an adrenaline orb. And I forget if I explained what exactly that is. I did find out what that does. So, wild Pokemon in this game will call for help occasionally, but They'll only do it once. If you want them to keep doing it, you can use an adrenaline orb. I think it'll also make it more likely for them to call for help. So I also know that this area is a maze. 2143. Let me just write that down. I'm sure I could find a map. Well, I know I could find a map of this area on the internet with like a diagram of which nodes connect to each other and whatnot. But I'm gonna try and see if I can actually figure this out. Stones 2143. So what's that in reference to? Is that like in reference to these down there? That's a random encounter. I've got a repel on. That's a Krokorok. Are you higher level than me, or are repels just useless in this area? You are the same level as me. Oh, you know what? You're level 35. That would be why. Hang on. Anyway, so 2143. Oh, great. We're doing this too? Fine. Whatever. Alright, it looks like this time I was able to catch you in a quick ball. That's very nice. Krokorok has been caught. I don't think we've got a Sandile. I don't think we've seen a Sandile yet so far in this game. But anyway, that's a Krokorok. Yeah, okay, so this is a stack of 3. And okay, there's like 2. I think 2. There's a fork in the road. Oh, not again. Okay, you know what? I just got a map. I'm not gonna try and logic this out. I don't want to spend that much time in here. Okay, I've got fresh water. I can give you a fresh water. You stuck here, sir? Delicious. The water flowed into every cell in my body. That's how water works. Thanks you. I've been revived. I was so thirsty I couldn't walk. It's my Stuffle. I see. You got worried because I didn't come back, so you came here to look for me? This little one must have followed you when you opened the door. Door? Oh, you know what? That was one of the Stuffle in the trailers back in the Oasis that I saw a couple of videos ago. Okay, that's neat. What happens if I go back there? Oh, not in the trailer, in the motel. Alright, I do remember that, actually. So that's a max potion. And let me run out of here. And let me go back to the motel. And we can see exactly what it is that's gonna happen if this guy, if we have rescued that guy. That was this room, right? I think that was this room. Let's see. You're the one who gave me your fresh water. You're my savior. You really saved me there. 10 fresh waters. Wow, thanks, I guess. I was expecting something that was more in line with, like, a joke than something that was just, like, turn 1 fresh water into 10. But interesting. Thank you very much, sir. So let me go back in there. And let me consult my handy-dandy map that I found on the internet. If I go... Okay, so I already saw... Alright, yeah, fine. So if I go and... Oh, come on! Yeah, I really don't like the field encounters that were in Pokemon prior to Sword and Shield. It's really annoying. I guess Let's Go Pikachu Eevee would have done this sort of field encounter, the Sword and Shield style field encounter before Sword and Shield. But anyway, we saw what happens if we go it this way. I'm gonna go this way now, and if we can not run into that thing, that would be great. All right, so this is... Oh, is that the 2? 2 stones piled on top of each other? Anyway, on the map, I see that there's, like, a circle drawn, like, here, and I feel like that means that there's a hidden item or something like that, but I refuse to get on Statland on principle, and hitting A doesn't reveal anything to me, so I don't know what that's about. Let me see. So this is 3. I believe 1 was the next number. My God. And that would be... Let me see. If I can just, like, stand here without getting ambushed. If I go... out this way. I think that's going to loop around to the other side of the same room because it's going to be one of these types of areas. If I go up this way... Is this a dead end? Oh, it's another hiker. Do I have to rescue you also? I got dust in my eyes. I don't know if there's another side quest for me to... Alright, there's a TM on the other side of that rock. I don't know if there's another side quest that I could do by rescuing you as well with some mechanism that I am not privy to, but... if I go this way... we have... Alright, I thought that was another oasis, but that's just a patch of randomly green grass in the middle of the sand. So that's going to be some more healing. If I go... No other items on the ground, I don't think. So here we have... Alright, more stacks of rocks. It doesn't look like there's an item ball in the middle there or anything, so I won't bother with Mudbray. This way, I think it's going to wrap around the other side again. Great. And I think what I want to do is go this way, and... if I come down the end of here, there is... Oh, it's one of those totem things. I couldn't tell what I was looking at on the map. Psyche MZ. Okay, so no psychic-type trial, but we're just going to find that randomly sitting on the... Sitting, like, deep buried in the desert. And I think if I come back this way, if I'm reading this map correctly, I'm actually not going to pop out where I was. I think this is actually a different map that just happens to be the same shape as the other one. Yeah, there is an item over there wasn't before, so I'm going to go and summon Mudsdale. And if I go pick this thing up, there we go. That's a Comet Shard. Alright, that's a lot of money for selling. Let me see. I'm going to go this way next. And I think, again, if I'm reading the map correctly, this is going to pop me up by where that TM was. Yes, that is TM85 Dream Eater. Not a move that I would have associated. I guess there's a... I don't know, this whole area, the Psychic theme, the Psyche MZ, the Dream Eater TM... The fact that it messes with your brain. I guess this Hyena Desert place does kind of have some psychic association. I guess I could see it. So if I go this way, and if I were to go over here, there's going to be some more of these rough terrain. That's a big nugget, so that's some more selling money items for selling. And let me see. Is there anything else? I'm gonna get off because I think I'm done with Mudsdale now. And now that we're done with that, let me see. What's out this way? Okay, so did this just end me up back, like, here? Okay, I remember you. Let's see if I can actually get out without following the map. No, I feel like I should attempt to do that. This is... I think this is close to the beginning. I still feel like I'm missing something. Let me run around a little bit longer. Okay, you know what? Last minute team change. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I think I'm gonna go and catch myself a Trapinch. Flygon is one of those Pokemon who I've somehow never used. Quick Ball I think will do nicely here. Flygon is one of those Pokemon who I've somehow never used. This is a three-stage Dragon type, and as far as I know, it can also be a decent mixed attacker in much the same way that Kingdra can be. So you know what? We're gonna use a Trapinch. So I'm gonna go and catch you. You're one of the encounters in the desert, in those like forced encounter things. We're gonna go catch ourselves a Trapinch. I would be interested in seeing what your, you know, EVs in nature are, your IVs in nature are. I don't know if I really feel like going and actually, like, extracting my save and checking your IVs, or just punching the numbers into a calculator. I need a name for you. I'm kind of feeling... What's the Drain Vitality shot? Because that's what it feels like running around in this desert. Alright, G-double-A-N. Gon Lahas is Drain Vitality. Apparently that was a shout that was only introduced in Dawnguard. I thought that was in the main game. But, let me see. I'm gonna go and view your summary, and then we'll add you to my party. You have Dig, Crunch, Earth Power, and Feint. So definitely mixed attacker. Crunch and Earth Power probably being your main 2 attacking moves. Your physical attack is 78. Your special attack is 37. Alright, so you're not really a mixed attacker now. I believe Flygon, once you're fully evolved, our stats will be rounded out a little bit. Your speed is very, very low. That's, like, comedically low right there. And as for nature, lacks nature, minus special defense plus physical defense. Honestly, at this point, as long as I don't have, like, I don't know, something like a modest nature, or I guess an adamant nature if I want you to do special attacks, because I've got physical attackers. As long as my nature isn't, like, abjectly terrible, I've stopped caring. I feel like I should be able to make do either way. So we're going to add you to my party, and we are going to go and replace Eljim, I think, finally, because Eljim was never a permanent member of my party. Let's see, so my original plan was either to use a Sligo, evolve it into a Goodra as my last member of my party, or a Gabite, evolve it into a Garchomp. Gabite also can be encountered in here, but it's an SOS battle, and, like, I thought about it, and then I was like, I don't really feel like running around in here looking for SOS battles. And, I think Sligo actually would have been also, so it would have been the same thing. I just get to put it off a little longer. But you know what? Trapinch is a dragon Pokemon, Dragon Ground in its final form. And we'll be doing that. So, let me see. I've got the Eviolite on, I think Stroon has the Eviolite still. Yeah? Yeah. So we're gonna go and take your held item. And we're gonna go and move that to Gon down there. And then we can go and move Gon out into lead. And I'll keep the experience all on for a little bit. And then I'm going to go and take it off. And we're, of course, going to be getting into more random encounters because I am now level 32. And I'm also the slowest thing in existence. I'm even slower than Foos is right now, so I think we're going to have to switch out if we want to be able to get away from this. Alright, maybe should have thought about that before I went and moved people into the lead. So let's go and get out of there. And do I actually need any healing? I don't think I really need any healing. Nothing in that desert really was able to do that much damage to Bird Brain, so Bird Brain, maybe power points are getting a little low, but health-wise, not really in trouble. Let me see. What am I going to do after this? I think we're actually going to move on with the plot now. And should I end it off? This video feels like it's going a little bit long, but a lot of that is because I was running around aimlessly in the desert. I'm going to go run out to the beach, and I'm going to see what the game wants from us there, and then I think I'll end it off on the beach, which is a little bit more to look at. I did not, by the way, find anything else in the desert of interest. I tried to, like, run around to where, like, the circles are circled on that little map and, like, hit A and see if I could find hidden items, but I was either just not looking in the right place or, I'm dumb and I don't understand how to read maps, but worth a try, I guess. A trial goer, huh? And why would you be coming to a lonely old place like this? I've got to get to Team Skull, or I need a ride Pokemon. Uh-huh. I see you've got your reasons, then I'll take you on. Tell me, Uncle Grimsley is gonna flip a coin. Will it be heads or tails? Grimsley, you got a bit of a redesign from Black and White, didn't you? Neither. It's gonna land on its side. That's just gonna happen. Astonishing! I had indeed been planning to have Skarmory snatch it out of the air as it spun in the sky. That's a very bird brain thing to do. A loss is a loss. I'll give you Sharpedo's info for your ride pager then. Ride it to victory. So that was incredibly out of the blue. Maybe you don't need to hear this from me, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Well, if you press B while riding on Sharpedo there, it'll jet forward and smash through the rocks like the ones... Yeah, right, yeah. So that's, again, an upgraded version of Surf, basically. And I think with that, I can actually go and explore, like, all the water routes in the game, because there have been a couple of places back in the beginning of the game where you could surf, but you could also have your path blocked by rocks. And I did some surfing, but I didn't do any, like, rock smashing, so it might be worth going back and seeing what I can find there. But anyway, yeah, Grimsley got a bit of a redesign from Black and White. Did not expect to find him here. I probably should have, because I did see him when I, So in my failed recording of this, what I'm going to call my failed recording of this, where I just decided that, like, this recording sucks and I want to do it again, I got to, pretty much Po Town, and I was like, that's enough of this. And my final team member that run was Gabite, which is who was the Pokemon who had like the all zeros and all stats for IVs, and that was funny. Although it didn't really come through in battle because I didn't really do a lot of battling with it at that point. But anyway, hopefully from here on out it's going to be slightly better. I can't imagine that Gon's IVs are going to be any worse than that Gabite's was. So I think that's enough. I'm going to end this off here. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. Next time, we're going to be moving on with the story, or we're going to be backtracking. Whatever it is, you should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.